Secrets of the Sire. Hopefully we're not banned on YouTube again. I think if I get flagged another time, I have a 6-month probation. Oh well, what are you going to do? Want to thank Ralph Tedesco from Zenoscope coming on, talking to us about bringing comics to film. And their company actually really is an amazing success story. An independent publisher. They've been around for 10 years. They're continually going strong. Their convention presence is always top-notch. They're always flagged with a lot of fans, and people really love what they do and their take on things. So a big thank you to him. We're going to circle back to what we started talking about, and I want to welcome all the Periscope peeps that can actually hear me now. We were having some technical difficulties, so they couldn't actually hear Ralph, so they're basically just staring at me for a half an hour, which my wife is okay with. She's about the only one that stuck around for that. And I want to thank anybody else who bore with me on that one just to get through this now. So we started the show out talking about the Batman movie film franchises. And it's the first bracket, or the first region in our movie film franchise Final Four. We're pitting the Batman movies, the SpiderMan movies, the Superman movies, and the X-Men movies against each other. The criteria for this had to be no spin-offs. The Deadpool movie would not count as an X-Men movie. It's in the X-Men universe, but it's not an X-Men movie. It's actually a great segue into next week's guest. We're going to welcome Jeff Gomez from Starlight Runner Entertainment. They're a transmedia company. We're going to dish on shared universes, things like Supergirl appearing in Flash, a new Flash appearing in the Batman Superman movie. Transmedia companies tend to work with it. They don't just tend to. They do. They work with companies that want to share their universes across different media platforms. So we're going to welcome Jeff Gomez next week to talk about it. But first, we're going to reveal the winner of the Batman bracket. It's by an overwhelming margin. Dark Knight beats out the original Tim Burton Batman as the best Batman movie in the bunch. So what happens next? Next, we're going to debate, and I welcome my Periscope peeps to join in here. We're going to debate on the 4 Spider movies right now, and about, I'd say about 20 minutes from now on my Twitter page, we're going to launch the Spider-Man round of the brackets. Sam, did you catch the Civil War trailer? You can shake yes or no. With Spider-Man appearance. Oh, I didn't see Spider-Man. New trailer. If you guys go on live right now, you can actually check out the new trailer. I'll post it to the Secrets of the Sire page. Sam can post it to Talking Alternative page. And it features Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man, who's now interacting in the Marvel Universe. So we can kind of water mouths out of the Amazing Spider-Man reboots that took place with Andrew Garfield, and they were bad movies. It's not that they were bad movies. It's that they were trying to be something that Spider-Man wasn't. Now, to be fair, I actually think Andrew Garfield and the guys from Bad Comedy Funky last week kind of actually touched upon this. Maybe that's what got us banned. Who knows? But they said that Andrew Garfield was a very quippy Spider-Man, and that's good. We want Spider-Man to be quippy. I thought Tobey Maguire was okay. I thought he was better as Peter Parker than he was as Spider-Man. I want my Spider-Man to be shooting off jokes, being sarcastic, being annoying to the people around him, to the villains around him. And I want him to be that kind of hero. So we'll see what Marvel Universe I got along those lines. The costume, it was classic. I'll actually say that. I think that's the best way to put it. If you check out the eyes are less Tommy to Jr., more John Buscemi's eyes is kind of cool. A lot more vibrant. What was in the main franchises. The thing about the Amazing Spider-Man franchises, too, you had Christopher Nolan have success doing a Batman, so movie studio executives at Sony were like, we need to do Dark and Gritty. Dark and Gritty's, look, it's working. Dark and Gritty is everything now. We need to make Spider-Man dark and gritty. We need to have this whole subplot with his... Which, again, these are all things that can work. These four movies, much debate. We eliminated Spider-Man 3 from the mix. Now, I'm going to yield to my guests, the Bad Coyote Bunch, last week. I didn't think 3 was as bad as maybe the Amazing Spider-Man reboot was, but individual movies, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and Amazing Spider-Man 2, were better than Spider-Man 3, so I can't argue that point. So those are the four films that we are going to be posting to the Twitter feed, and we're going to let you guys decide. Second one with Tobey Maguire. Second, Amazing Spider-Man 1, featuring Andrew Field taking on the Lizard, and Amazing Spider-Man 2, where he then takes on Electro, which was god-awful. Jamie Foxx, too. I just was not a big fan of that interpretation of Electro. I had no problem with Jamie Foxx but Electro. That's totally cool. I didn't mind the look and feel of him either. The character was just didn't do it for me. But then you could also kind of argue the first Spider-Man movie, Willem Dafoe, excellent as Osborn, okay, Green Goblin, maybe the costume, I think was as perfect a Spider-Man movie, minus the quippiness that we want to see. He was quippier. He was definitely making more jokes in that one. Interesting backstory to Spider-Man 3, and we kind of touched upon it last week. Sam Raimi wanted to do Sandman. Big Sandman fan. I actually love Sandman, the character. I actually loved him back in the Amazing Spider-Man books when he turned good, and he was part of the Avengers for a while. He's a very challenging character, a very conflicted character. I really loved his character. Sam Raimi, he wanted to do Sandman. And the studio said, no, you love that he wanted to give Sandman that. Clearly, there was no reason to have both those characters in there. And it's too bad. And ultimately, Spider-Man 3 was such a letdown that when it came time to do Spider-Man 4, I had a good friend of mine, Jeff Henderson, does storyboard. He did the storyboards for Watchmen. He did storyboard for Twilight. And he did the storyboards. He worked on the storyboards for Spider-Man 3. He was actually going to take over his art of Oz as well. Ultimately led to Spider-Man now being incorporated into the Marvel Universe, because that different direction didn't quite do what they had hoped it would. But it's a Spider-Man movie, and so it's very, very helpful that they are now kind of molding it in. So go to my Twitter page, at Michael_Dolce, in about... So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to post some stuff. But first, some quick comments on the Batman. I actually agree with the sense that, there's no question that Tim Burton led the way. If I'm putting apples to apples and I'm saying Nolan's Batman franchise versus Burton's 2 attempts at the film, the franchise as a whole, definitely better. There's no argument whatsoever. Thorne McGee chimed in, though, Burton franchise, if you just take to the series, try to find 2 who could make up for 1 Jack. It's a great point, but the funny thing is that Heath Ledger's Joker is now just as iconic as Jack Nicholson's, and Jack Nicholson's lent to the Adam West version, much more, and the Heath Ledger version is the comic book version come to life, more dark and gritty. We try to give you some as we go in the series debates, because everyone's got an opinion, and quite frankly, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So, I want to thank Ralph Tedesco again for joining us from Zenescope. Go check out Zenescope.com. Check out our Dolce. We are DOLCE.
You're listening